In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful keys that will help you speed up your recovery from PTSD, which is what I'm going to use from now on. Plus, we will look at what it is, so you can identify whether you are experiencing it or not. I'm Carol Rathel, and this channel is about healing with self-love, because self-love is the most important thing to do. So let's explore what post-traumatic stress disorder is and the symptoms. If you've experienced any sort of bullying or trauma from someone for a long period of time, chances are you may have developed the disorder. PTSD happens when a person has been exposed to a traumatic event or a series of traumatic events in their life. It is a series of emotional and physical reactions as a result of the event and can be extremely debilitating. The condition will always be there, but with some strategies, these keys, and maybe some therapy, a person can learn to live with it and lead a full and joyful life. The symptoms of PTSD include, and are not limited to, nightmares or flashbacks. A flashback is when a person has the memory of the event as if they are there in that moment. Anything can trigger a flashback, and a person literally plays out the scenario over in their mind and experiences it as if it is happening to them right then. Nightmares may not be about the trauma, but they generally are, and they are really upsetting when a person wakes from these nightmares. Getting back to sleep can be difficult or even impossible. Night terrors. These are similar to nightmares, but a person can leap out of bed while asleep and cause danger to themselves by crashing into objects or doors. Or they can feel paralyzed upon awakening, which is terrifying in and of itself. Anxiety and depression. A person experiences persistent and irrational fears in certain situations. They are on the lookout for danger and may avoid social settings, relationships, or any sort of risk-taking. They may sit in a restaurant with their back against the wall, with a view of the door, so they can constantly look out for any danger. I know I did this in the past, for many years, until I engaged in my recovery. In fact, the other day I went out with my sister to a restaurant and sat with my back to the room. I didn't realize until afterwards that I had felt no anxiety at all. Prolonged anxiety causes a change in the chemistry of the body and can lead to depression. It is really hard to function when one feels like the world is unsafe constantly and the body pays the price. Depression is something that really needs to be treated. Hyperarousal. This is when a person cannot relax and is ready to leap into action to escape a danger. This makes it really difficult to have relationships because they cannot relax and enjoy the interaction and may frequently take things the wrong way. Hyperarousal can also cause a person who is touched in the middle of a nightmare to turn on the person physically and harm them. This is common for a veteran from the military service who lived in constant alertness and lost friends through the course of their service. I'm not going to get graphic, but I think you can read between the lines. So in the grip of a nightmare, they can react and wake up in the middle of hurting a loved one. So this leads on to avoidance. A person with PTSD may avoid relationships completely because of their hyperarousal, or they may feel like they are so broken no one would want them anyway. They may feel incapable of having a relationship. They may avoid any form of social interactions and live their lives alone in their safe little home. If it was a traumatic relationship that caused the PTSD, then a person will avoid getting involved again. They just want to live their nice, safe life. I think many of us can relate to that, eh? Also, the avoidance can be about working for someone else. Not only is there a lot of pressure to perform in a job, but if a person in authority was the cause of the trauma, it can be very difficult to put oneself under the power of someone else. People with PTSD are often driven to achieve and do well in the business that is in alignment with their passion. The last symptom I'll share with you is a person with PTSD can be so very easily startled. Any sudden and loud sounds, a person speaking when a person with PTSD doesn't know they were there, people touching them from behind or suddenly appearing in their view can cause a shock and startle reaction. I have jumped so many times, and it still happens occasionally, although now I can come back to normal so much faster. My little Siamese kitten loves to sneak up behind me and jump up to tap me on my behind. At first I was so startled, but now I know what to expect. Cheeky wee monkey. If you can relate to what I have shared with you in your life, then it might be possible that you suffer from PTSD, and it's time to take some action. Now let's move on to the 3 keys. Number 1, knowledge. Knowing the effects of PTSD. Doing some research to get to know it really well makes it so much easier to cope when the experiences of it happen to you. If you didn't know, you might think that there was something fundamentally wrong with you. But knowing that PTSD is causing the changes within you means that you identify those as being the PTSD in action. It's not you, it is the PTSD. This makes it so much easier to cope with. Journaling. At the end of your day, write down how your day went. Maybe if something happened, write down 1 or 2 things that triggered the symptoms. And just very briefly, write down how you reacted. Maybe choose 1 word. Then write down a statement of your ability to keep yourself safe, because you can. Then read it aloud, and maybe if you need to hear it again and again, write it down and put it up in your home. So if you had a big startle event, you could write, "My body has a built-in capacity to keep me safe. It will move me out of danger before I am aware of it. Thank you, my body, for having that reaction today." If you had a flashback, you could write, "Right now, in this moment, I am safe. There is nothing that can harm me in this moment." If you can't think of anything to write that reinforces your safety about your experience in the day, you can just write, "I can trust myself to keep myself safe." Repeating these affirmative, safe statements is going to go to work on your subconscious mind. This can really have an effect to change your body to feeling safer and safer the more you remind yourself. Meditation, being able to relax, to fully relax, is essential to change the state of your body and emotions. Your body might not have been relaxed for many years, so a daily relaxation meditation practice will begin to teach your body that it is safe to let go and relax for a while. I have a free beginner's meditation linked below. Click on the bold More just under this video to access that link. It is a meditation that teaches you step by step to relax your body, and you can play it anytime. For the best results, do a relaxing meditation daily. The effects of regular meditating and relaxing is that your body won't be so sensitive. It will require more to cause a startle because your overall state is more relaxed. And the effect can last for hours after you do a relaxation or meditation. Plus, when you are in a relaxed state more and more, you can recognize much sooner whether you are thinking with your rational brain or if you are thinking from anxiety and PTSD thinking. This gives you the power to choose to change your thoughts. And I'm going to throw in one more key here, and that is your own motivation to have a much nicer life. It really sucks to be in the extreme symptoms. I know. So if you decide you're going to improve your life so you can have the joy that is rightfully yours and commit to that, you are going to do what it takes to recover more speedily, to the point where you can manage your PTSD rather than having the PTSD manage you. Now, if you are doing anything that is self-harming, I suggest you go and get therapy for your PTSD. You don't have to live in the horrible state that I know it can be. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. And until the next video, I'm sending you love.